Welcome to the second custom series. This one is on burglars and policemen. This one was inspired by one of the second commenters who wanted to do one about burglars and policemen. I had asked him if he wanted to do a scene, and he said yes. So what I figured out was the scene that you just saw. It was basically a little bank area where it had 4 policemen coming up after 2 robbers had just come in and taken money from the bank. I also wanted to include some bystanders for it to look normal, so I have 5 bystanders. You can make the bystanders out of any sets you have. It's just any hair. I mean, a couple of these have shirts and faces of the Lego series minifigures, so it doesn't matter, whatever you like out of it. This is actually a police car that I used from one of the sets that has recently come out. This car is very good. You don't have to have someone sitting in it because the windows are a little tinted. So you don't have to have someone sitting in the movie. I didn't have one for mine, but if you want to make it more realistic, you can have one. But mine was just one that I just threw together in about 20 minutes. Cars are also really good for making movies because it's a lot easier to make it look a lot smoother by you take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, more than minifigures that have to go like this every single time. But I do like this car a lot. I would recommend getting it if you want to have a burglars versus policemen movie out of it. I also included some money because, you know, every single burglary has to have some money and some suitcases. And the suitcases were green. Luckily I had some. And you don't have to have these, it just made it feel more like, oh, there's a burglary going on, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, who's supposed to be in trouble. Also, something I liked about this a lot was that since we're getting away from the people and moving objects, here is my first scenery in my movie. And then this is basically the main scenery. And here is the background to it. The background doesn't have to be anything special. I would suggest having a couple windows or just something to make it back so you really can't tell what's going on. And here is a safe, which you probably would have saw actually in the video. It's this way. And the safe is filled with money. It has 4 $100 bills, I guess you could say Lego dollar bills in there. It has a little metal detector here and has these little places where people can come and put their money in. There's also a little post office area over here in this corner. And I'll be taking pictures of this after I'm done talking. You can see some of the pictures. And in the middle is a table just to have something in the middle so there's a loose space. This is really good having a scene like this because because you can have a big thing going on where there's people over here talking, and there's people stealing money, and then there's people over here. Or you can have it very focused and have it like I did, focused on this area and then move your way around the scenery so you don't have to be focused on one part at a time. And I would suggest if you're going to do a focused movie, then you probably want to use a smaller camera because it's harder to get in these little nooks and crannies. Whereas if you want to make a big broad movie, it doesn't matter what kind of camera you have or whatever type of software you're using because you'll just have to take a picture from a farther distance. But what I like about this one especially is that it kind of sets the mood. Unlike the one I did before, it wasn't an exact scene, so I had a lot to work with here, and the details in this one I really enjoy. I got to put together some very small, intricate things like this little table right here that has some of the pictures that come from sets. So basically, once you get into this kind of area, it's very fun to put some postage in there, like I did here, and also to have some newspapers that you can put in there as well. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any ideas for the next couple videos, please tell me because I want to do some more. Thank you.